Greetings, hello, and welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Imperial Jedi. This is episode number 10 coming at you, and a very ambitious episode indeed. I'm really excited for this one. Okay, so I wanted to start us off. We're over here in the hillside again. I want to start us off over here by adding on some more neighborhoods. I want to just try and maybe scale the density down slightly, so just less high density going outwards, maybe a few more homes and stuff, but I was thinking of using maybe a small little IT cluster, as well as some of the green buildings from the Green Cities DLC. Try and get just some more variety. And then I actually want to use some buildings from the Art Deco pack over here, so I guess it's a very ambitious episode. Those buildings that I'm hoping to use over here for our little transformation to make this into a kind of a nice little city square, those ones are very expensive. So we've only got 55,000 credits. The buildings I'm hoping to use for this transformation are some of these ones here. 125,000, 145,000, 200,000. Those are very expensive buildings is what I'm trying to say. So we'll start saving up for that and hopefully transform that towards the end of the episode. So we'll leave it on 3-speed. And we're just going to add a few more supplemental side roads here just to try and get that same kind of flow and shape without being too crazy in the eyes. And then, yeah, we'll just maybe draw a few more straight lines outward here. And guys, I do apologize for the lack of content. I've just been a little bit under the weather last few days. You might still maybe hear it in my voice, so I apologize. Obviously, I want to get this stuff out faster. Appreciate the patience, though, of course. So what I was hoping to do over here is just give our people from the hillside and anyone that's maybe using this little bypass just a way to get up and over to our industrial zone. And this will be kind of fun, and I'm hoping it turns out well. The slope's going to be a little challenging. But what I want is just the way in like this. Bonus points, we still got the trees, good. And let's say the bulk of our traffic is just really going to the right-hand side, which they most likely are. What I want to do is give them an option to bypass this traffic light and just make it right on through. So terrain, not too bad actually. Not bad at all. A bit of a hill here, but I think that's okay. So I want to just remove this traffic light right here. And then what I'm going to do for, I think probably the rest of this, is just give us the extra lane, because that'll help with the merging. And if we do a 6-lane the whole way down, or at least to one of these major intersections, that'll help a bit more as well with the traffic flow. Because I'm anticipating more vehicles coming down through here once we start to zone this up. But yeah, this is really cool. So the bulk of the traffic I'm anticipating going to the right. Now they won't get slowed down by the traffic light here. And then anybody needing to go left, we'll do that. And then to get an extra left-hand turning lane out of this, we can upgrade that. We still might maybe see some people turning right or some of that silliness, but I'm hoping here that the bulk of the AI traffic will use 2 lanes to turn left now, which should be kind of cool to see. So a little bit of a test, as it were, I guess. And then what we could do now is just connect, I think, 2 more of these streets over to here, just to help with the traffic flow. Maybe that can be in a straight line as well. Cool. And then these are bike lanes, just kind of going throughout, just to help out with traffic as well. And then I guess there's nothing really stopping us from doing a little side, just bike lane on its own, cutting right through here. And if this bike lane ends up getting a little bit interrupted, we can always just replace it, of course. Just placeholder. Alright, what I'd like to do now is just put a few inner roads in here, try and scale the density down a little bit, and then we'll start zoning in some districts. And for me to get the inner roads the way I want them to be, I'm just going to do a little bit of symmetry to kind of start. So a nice box right here. It might help if these 2 are in line. Let's try that out. A little bit better. And then just to help with the flow of the bike path, I'm going to try and get an intersection right around there. Otherwise our biking sims will not use that side. works for me, actually. There we go. Again, a little bit of placeholder. Might have to change that around a bit. Alright, so we got 2 ways in. I'm going to zone a little bit more in here. And just dare to be different. We'll try something like that. Alright. Now, the goal of these inner neighborhood roads is just to get a lot more use out of the zoning squares. And then ideally zone our people off this and then keep the wider streets just for moving traffic around. Okay, I do want to zone this as residential, but you can see our RCI demand is like way in the other direction. So, fiddlesticks here. Let's just put the neighborhoods in. Actually, I'm happy the way this is turning out. And then I think we have to switch over to the office planning a little bit ahead of time here. Okay, so bike lanes have to be redone, no problem. There. Now we'll monitor to make sure that not too many people are using this as a way through. If that ends up being the case, I might maybe just get rid of that road. Force people in just through here. Actually, now that I say that, I think that's a smart idea. Keep traffic a little more localized. Alright, so to get some taller buildings now, I'm going to put just a few office towers in here. And I want just one large one as well, so why don't we put some in there. Some surrounding high-density towers. Not too many. Great, so we'll just give that a try. And we'll make this entire district here into the new Green Cities DLC stuff. And I'll bring the utilities in, don't worry, I see those icons too. And with all the DLCs, I mean, just put them on your wish list. When they go on sale, snag them. I think they add a lot to the game. So I'll show you some stuff from the Green Cities one. Alright, so once we have our district made, go ahead and get some water, otherwise people will move out. This will be, again, a very, very short tutorial. Oh, I think we're losing the battle with the pipes here. We tried to start us off really nicely. It's not one thing, it's another. I don't know if I want to get away with trying to put another... Yeah, let's just put this elsewhere. Where was our secondary source? Where did we start doing that? We're using water towers, that's right, of course. Alright, let's just put this here for the moment. See if that'll dry up the riverbed or if it'll be functional. And we still need an extra outflow, so maybe to make up for the, yeah. Could be temporary because that doesn't look all that good. And don't flow backwards, please. Well, that's bad. Good thing we caught that early, otherwise our poor citizens would get very sick. Okay, that's now fixed and going back downhill. No, it is not. Well, we're just going to put this over here. Oh dear. And again, this is just temporary. I really should just find a better spot for it. This is kind of funny, but... Out of sight, out of mind, right? Okay, there we go. Hopefully no one got sick from that. I was going to use the school as a bit of a bridge here for electricity, but coverage is pretty darn good, so I think we're okay. I will, however, drop down a hospital, because that'll be kind of fun, I think, to mix in with the buildings. Let's keep it on 3 speed, just so we can get our money ramped up. I'm going to zone in some commercial here, just to get the power bridge going. And And before too many people move in, this gets too carried away. Now that we have our district done, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do self-sufficient buildings as a specialization option. And I'm also going to add in the IT cluster. And I'm going to make local produce and or organic and local produce. There we are. That's the one I'm looking for. And that's how you get the new green cities buildings to pop in your districts. So we'll see some buildings disappear. We'll see some new ones come back. But these will have eventually the green roofs and a whole bunch of just cool things, different parking lots, different commercial options. Okay, so we'll check back on this. And then, just like we're going to end up eventually doing with this neighborhood here, we're going to drop down some parks and plazas to maybe cut down on some of the high-density kind of feel. Actually, our demand got really well tackled by that little office spot right there, so I think we can continue with this. Before we head over to Officeville over there on the right. And this I think is going to move too. And I almost feel like we should have a way to go from like here over like that. And we still got to add the neighborhoods to the hillside as well. So I'm just going to try and loosely follow the same flow of this road right here. Just then we do add some houses, it should look kind of cool. Why don't we just do that? Yeah, that works with the hill. Alright, demand is definitely going right back towards industry, so a little bit all over the place, but I think we're now going to go over to the industrial zone. Yeah, industrial zone, that's what I want. Okay, just leave this be for the moment. But you can see I'm just trying to add a few more side profile roads to just kind of follow the same shape, sort of. And that helps a little bit with the overall overhead view. And it's an interesting layout we've done so far. I've done a lot of like gridded out boxy cities, so this is a nice nice visual change. So over here, I think we're gonna lose just a few residents. I want to maybe keep that little tower and back section. But I think I want to get rid of this. And now that we provided all those extra residential spots down here, hopefully these people will just relocate. And, I mean, we're far enough away from a milestone that I don't think it's that much of a sweat if we lose some residents right now anyway. Yeah, so just a few houses downtown, or whatever you want to call this spot that we're building here. And then pretty much the same idea. We're going to drop down just some offices. We'll make a district, zone it, specialize it under the Green Cities DLC stuff. I think that's going to go as well. And we'll just save up a little bit more, and then we'll try to put down one of those Art Deco buildings. And the Art Deco building, I said I would talk a little bit about it. It's a DLC pack that was created by, I don't remember who, but it's one of the content creators from the workshop. Paradox. Paradox will find some popular content creators. We'll do a little bit of a collaborative effort, and then a portion of the proceeds will help support the content creator, which is pretty cool. And what's even cooler is those also go on sale as well. So if you're looking for a little bit of value and still wanting to add some more stuff to the game, there's an option for you. That's kind of cool, actually. And if you're playing vanilla often as well, great way to add some more buildings. So here's one right now. Wish I could show you them all without having to lose a little bit of money from dropping them and erasing them. But we'll save up and we'll maybe put down, I think, this middle one here. And they're fairly tall, all things considering, too, which is really fun. Alright, so offices going in here. Some offices and plazas probably for here. And then we'll surround this at least with some commercial. And then we'll try for the tall buildings in this little spot. And just to help for the moment. And once we unlock the crematorium, which I think is at 17,000, I want to say. I don't know where that number's coming from, but hey, alright, it is. So once we unlock that, we'll start moving this kind of stuff out and possibly replace this with a hospital. We'll do the same kind of feel that we're doing over here. Or maybe that one's a little bit too close to do that, actually, so never mind. Oh, I do see some green buildings, so let's go take a look at that. So just an entirely different look and feel. So the buildings, they start off without really too much to them. As the buildings level up, so with services and schools and stuff, you can see they get a green roof, you eventually get solar panels. Same kind of story goes for the condo towers. See, some have a green roof already, some don't. So it's kind of fun. New trees, I like that a lot. Very well detailed buildings too. Good job with them. And then you can see, well, it's a little bit tricky, but you can sort of see the office buildings are slightly taller. Especially when we start leveling those up, you'll notice it. And then I think it'll look kind of cool if we have maybe this just be the green city, leave that as maybe untouched, and then that is the green city stuff as well. Or just do the middle, the green city, so we get the height in the middle. I like that idea. Again, variety. Just kind of a fun way to mix it up here. I gotta remember to name some of these things after some of you guys here. But just get a let's get a fun feeling going for here. What do we want to call our downtown? Let's call it Liberty Square. After our city, Liberty Falls, of course. Don't want policies just yet. Alright, so same thing applies. Let's do all of the above. And as added bonus, when you do organic and local produce, it will favor stuff coming out of your farm zones. So in previous cities, if your farms have had a hard time staying employed and getting business and stuff, it's a great way to ensure that happens. All right. Oh yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. These taller buildings. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. That is what I'm after. So that'll be a nice set of new buildings here. Look at that. Yeah, that's really cool. Liberty Square taking shape. And I think the other buildings are about the same height as those. Let's find out now. Oh, almost. I did say I want to use this one. Oh, look at that. It fits perfectly. Love it. Holy smokes, that is awesome. Wow. What a difference. Look at that. And this is kind of what I was hoping to accomplish. So the skyline, you can see it's staggering upwards in height. Wow, we just suddenly entered megacity category here. This is really cool. Now I'm going to get rid of this little bit of zoning right next to it. These guys are a little bit too close. That's fantastic. And yeah, let's start putting down some plazas. And if we had them, would be doing some like parking lots and stuff around here too. So if you guys are feeling adventurous, like try making some stuff in the asset editor, and then incorporate it into your own cities. Same goes for the road editor tool now. Nice little bit of filler right there. And this is kind of what I was referring to earlier in the episodes as well. When you want to cut away from having the concrete jungle. See how it's like middle of the day, but where's the sun? So to break this up and get some, you know, some sun and stuff through, we can just throw down some plazas. See how much nicer that looks? We still have a lot of height, it's not like we're changing that, but we're just allowing a little bit more sun through. A little bit more of those visual, some peaks, you know, right through here. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish whenever I'm doing these little extra bits of plazas and things here and there. And it looks like we're still having some cars come through here and turn right. That's not good. I believe if I go like this, make that the faster option, we'll see cars turn right. There we go. We might maybe still see some cars come in here and turn left. So this could require some more work, but the basic idea is there. I think it kind of is cool. Alright. What we need right now, based on this icon, is more educated workers, which I kind of thought was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen this quickly. So what I want to do is take an absolute quick little curveball here, and I'm just going to plop down a in-town university campus. I'm just going to drop this down literally to get the ball rolling, but for next episode, what I want is to maybe even take this space right here, and we can build ourselves a proper university campus. So let's earmark this as campus space. Let's not build in there. Oh, and I have dynamic weather on. I forgot about that. I normally don't play with the weather on. Just to help with the power bridge. So, and just so that I don't forget, what I'm going to do is draw a road right here. And in case you're curious as to why I don't play with the weather on, I just find that the falling rain is a little bit distracting during the build. And then you can see the roads, they end up being very, very, very shiny. You know, with the sun kind of reflection, right? The old albedo effect, as it were. So we're just going to switch over to our gameplay, and we're just going to turn the dynamic weather off. But I am curious to see what the building looks like at night, so I will turn the day-night cycle on. And I'll let our roads dry. And that's how you do that kind of stuff, just in case you guys had no idea. And also just another one, because I've had a lot of people just ask. So, remember, you can pop down your in-game radio, change it to whatever you want. Some stations are talking, some is just music. And what's cool too is you just mute it, and it's some of the other soundtracks are from other oh, for goodness sakes. We just got rid of the rain the second the fire started. My goodness gracious me. Please don't. Oh no, it's spreading. Oh dear. But yeah, so some of the soundtracks are from other Colossal Order and Paradox games. This is Mother Nature saying that we needed the rain, right? Alright, now, again, the point of this was just to get some people educated really quickly, because our IT and office buildings are going to need definitely some university-educated workers. You can see a lot of them have already become abandoned because we didn't provide the workers fast enough. So I was hoping that we were going to be able to, you know, skirt around from having to do this episode, but next episode, we'll have to do the campus. Alright, as the sun sets, let us take a look at our wonderful city. Let's just slow that. Oh, the fire. My goodness. Just slow that down a little bit here. And this is, of course, for the cinematic screenshot lovers, right? Yeah, it's really nice. Cool building. Definitely had it captured the Art Deco feel very well. Nice, nice addition. Get some modern, get some old. And then, in case you're curious, I don't normally build with the day-night cycle on, just because it's a little bit dark. Even with the mouse cursor having the flashlight, sometimes a little bit hard to follow along. I did way back in the day, but just based on kind of feedback and stuff, that's how we switched over. So we'll do the same thing again right now, but still nice to see the city. And just as we're wrapping things up, let's do some more construction over here. This episode all over the place. I guess ambitious. That's what I was saying, but kind of deviated a little bit from our course. That's okay. I think as always we have a lot of fun in these episodes. Something that's kind of fun that we might actually do is have another highway connection come up through here, especially since we're going to be building the campus. And it's almost like, actually, this should probably be a wider road now. Oh, I like the idea of that. Okay. So the university campus will definitely get some bike traffic, so we'll be prepared for that. We'll just move this over. I'm just using this actually for bridging the power, which is not doing anymore. But I would like to upgrade this this road right here just a bit wider. Great. And a building any second now, maybe. Someone, there we go. And then I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to tunnel it, and I'm going to have just a little fork ready for a potential highway to come up here. And I think that's not a bad idea. Let's go just a little bit wider. Help with the slope as well. That could be... We should be coming out a little bit lower, I think. Oh, yeah. Still not the best. And I just remembered that we can't have the bike lane and the tunnel be the same spot. They're different things. So that's okay. So remember that the bike lane has to end right here or switch over. Yeah, so something like that. Just getting ready for the highway. That should be okay for spacing. I don't want this to be the only way in, though. Otherwise, we'll end up with a couple bottleneck points for traffic. So we should have, I think, a way going up and over like that. I enjoy the challenge of building with hills, but my goodness, sometimes it is a little... It is definitely challenging. That's kind of cool. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, so just a few high-density buildings through here. But same idea, I want to start scaling the height a little bit downward. Oh, just give it that one a little bit. Alright. Oh, fire's still burning. That's, oh dear. Well, that'll regrow soon. But, there we go. Hide the fire. This looks pretty darn good. I think we had a good episode here. But yeah, friends, I think we're going to end things off here. Definitely a nice push upward. Nice transformation. I'm going to maybe let the clock run a little bit, so next episode we've got some more money saved up. And yeah, we'll maybe drop down another one of the Art Deco buildings around here, just expand this a little bit further. But the primary focus of next episode is going to be building ourselves a university campus. So some fun ideas. We'll definitely build it up in this whole spot. Maybe not right at that corner. Maybe right in this flat spot here at the top of the hill. So yeah, come on back for that. And take a look at this. Most of these buildings have leveled up. A lot more green roofs now. That's really great. So onwards and upwards, my friends. I will see you in the next episode. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. There's some new green buildings for shopping too. And we'll have to start naming some districts too. I do that often in a lot of my cities. Just about to do that in another one of the cities. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode. Appreciate the patience. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to the comments, and happy building. Have yourself a great day.